Good day everyone, I'm your random online student that happens to be in this video, and I'm your host Baxter Mojica. And today in this video, this is the piece of art that I found here at home. Okay, let's start with the product. It is a genuine mug made out of pewter. Rather an uncommon word that you can hear here in the Philippines. Let us first talk about the history of the item. It's a mug shaped quite differently from the usual mugs that we know and love here, which is mostly made out of ceramic or porcelain. This is made out of, again, pewter. I'll be explaining it in a short moment. Pewter is made out of three elements in the periodic table, which is tin, antimony, and copper. On the early times, lead was also included in making pewter as a hardener, but later it is found that lead is very toxic to the body of humans, so many people died on the early times. But now, on the modern times, the pewter is now lead-free, which is good for us. Pewter is high-quality material when it comes to being compared to the counterparts, which are platinum, silver, gold, and it's rather inexpensive because, again, it's a mixture of tin, copper, and antimony. So it's not as expensive as those higher-grade materials or elements or metals that are used for jewelries, kitchenware, and a lot of stuff. Since pewter is relatively inexpensive when it comes to being compared to silver, gold, and platinum, it is the fourth most popular metal that is used in making jewelry, which is very good. And I am actually surprised that we have here the one and only at home. It's a mug. We bought it in Malaysia back in 2019, when things were still normal. And this pewter mug, we bought this mug back in 2019 in Malaysia, specifically in the Royal Selangor Visitor Center, which was opened back in early 2004, and it's still running up until today. And in that place, they showed the history of how the Royal Selangor or Selangor, I don't know the pronunciation right, forgive me, for the origin of the company, the brand, and how it is right now. Back in 2019, I also recorded a vlog, but in those times, we didn't have good recording materials. That's why I only recorded in the built-in microphone of our recording device. That's why the vlog was basically a mess, but forgive me for that. We are indeed doing better ever since that day. But it is still nice to know what the museum looks like, what it shows, and how it tells us the the journey it began, and why it is one of the most known pewter companies today. So, back then, Malaysia was one of the world's largest tin producers, as it had a lot of source material available. That's why miners from different countries went to Malaysia and in order to obtain tin. There was a young pewter smith, and his name was Yong Kun, and he is the one who made history, and he is the one who founded the Royal Selangor or Selangor. In the museum holds a history of Yong Kun's materials that he used for pewter smithing back then, and ever since his arrival in Malaysia back in 1885. The museum also holds a lot of artifacts and pewter made displays that are relatively interesting. The museum also holds his original tools that he used to create pewter materials back then. When it comes to the philosophical perspective on art, I would deem this material, this item, perfect as the way it is, as it is functional, and it does whatever it is made to do. It is well balanced, well proportioned, and nicely built. Since its focus is displaying its strength, that's why it looks like really made of metal, because it really is. I can say it is a pretty good piece of art that is, as it holds good history. It has a good function mainly for convenience of the people, and its purpose is pretty straightforward, and that's why I'll call it perfect in its own way. If I want to emphasize what I said, I would even call it beautiful. As I would side on St. Thomas Aquinas' belief of and perspective when it comes to art, that it is indeed beautiful. Well, it's been a good time talking with you guys. I hope you enjoyed watching the video about me talking about the origin of PEWTER, the founder of its company, and how we came to stumble upon its beauty. And indeed, since we only have one of these PEWTER mugs, we don't usually use it often, and we just display it for reference and for memories. Again, guys, it's been a good time with you, sharing my own thoughts of this fine piece of art that I found at home. Again, this is your host, Baxter Mojica. See you on the next one. Have a good day.